Okay guys, here welcome back to another Tank Tuesday. As you can see, Titus's tank. Um, Now that this filter here it's been in here for, I'd say, around a month, roundabout, and I used to have to still change this water out almost once a week, once like every week and a half. Otherwise, the tank would start to get like a kind of a yellowish algae tinge. It wouldn't really turn green, but it kind of had a yellowy look to it, which in the off corner right here, it does look green, but this is just a really good example as to why I was saying the tank looks green, but really you can see right here it's not. It's the ever slightliest bit cloudy because I give him shrimp as like I give him shrimp for about a week, and then I'll give him some more of these sinking carnivore pellets just here and there. Just like any other animal, especially in like the reptile deal, you're supposed to like switch it up every once in a while, just to keep them interested, keep them eating. They kind of get stagnant, get bored of eating the same thing every time. So giving them a little bit of variety helps a lot to keep them eating. But there is the big man himself. His whiskers are growing back great. They're not quite to where they were before, but they're growing back just fine. It'll just take a little longer and they'll be back to where they were. But this is the 75. That thing is, it's screaming. The pump is turned all the way up. Might honestly be a little better if I turned it down a little bit, but I'm not sure. I just wanted to kind of run get a lot of circulation through it, maybe helping that bacteria to breathe more. But I don't know. It might have just been pulling it through before it could like get attached. I don't know, but this is Titus. I mean, obviously his tank's looking good. I haven't changed the water in probably 3 weeks, maybe a month, and probably not quite a month. I'd say it's been about three weeks, roundabout. This tank is like completely sealed, so it doesn't evaporate. So I really pretty much have to just take the water out with the Higer pump, and then just reverse it and pump it back in. Add the water purifier, the conditioner, and then he's good to go. But he is pretty much 6 inches long now. With the light off, he was swimming around the tank, but so there's not a bunch of glare, I have to turn the light off to my room so you can see into the tank without a bunch of glare. But he seems to be happy and healthy. He swims around the tank. He hasn't had any more like lazy, super lethargic, scary spells. But just like every red tail, after he eats, he goes down there and he lays there, just sits still so he can digest. That's a common red tail thing. So that's normal. If you have a red tail and he stops eating, then you kind of need to worry. Mine stopped eating. Titus here stopped eating for a few days, and it kind of made me nervous. But then I kind of thought, well, maybe for some reason he just grew a kind of fear for the light. Turned all the lights off, put food in there. Almost immediately he come out and eat. So I don't know. I seen the Facebook post on the Red Tail forum or whatever that one of the people's red tail stopped eating. So I suggested make sure just try see if your lights are on, turn them all off, and see if he'll eat. Like sometimes I'll even have to turn off every one. Like I have to turn off my room light. The 125 is kind of far away. It doesn't necessarily keep him from eating, but sometimes, which I have the light off now, there's a little light in the gun cabinet added, and my Punisher skull that I made a video of, but it kind of flopped, so I just decided to not post it. But that's it. It's just made out of plywood with actually Christmas lights stapled behind it. I couldn't really find anything other than that. I was wanting to get some of those LED strips that you can snip and like resize. But here's the bluegill tank. You can actually see him right there. Let me turn him. There's bluegill. His tail's doing a lot better. I'll go ahead and give him some food real quick. He loves these little flakes. Now this bluegill honestly seems so aggressive, like he doesn't even care like what kind of food. This here, there's a little hole right in there and it splashes up, so I scooted it forward some to hopefully stop splashing all over the lid. But there's a bluegill. Don't know a name for him. If you guys, I'll let you guys name him. But I mean, you can comment names. I'll choose one. I don't really want nothing stupid like blue. I mean, nah. He might end up being food anyway. So, I mean, but that's him. Little 30-gallon. It does run through some water pretty quick because it's got a huge open hole on top of it. But he's doing good, feisty, aggressive. Most bluegills actually are more aggressive than bass, which is kind of funny, kind of hard to believe, but they are very food aggressive. So there's that one. The 125 is doing pretty good. It's running it's like about 1.5 inches low. I'll go ahead and zoom in on it. I'll turn this down some. It's a little murky. It's got that slight yellow stain to the water. This tank, oddly enough, being right over top of the vent, it doesn't really evaporate real fast, but also it's 125 gallons, so there's big boy gill, there's a catfish down there, and you can see right there actually what I was talking about. You can see the spot in the water and on the floor. Let me see. Yeah, you can, whenever I turn it really low, you can see that edge right below the catfish. That's that algae, and you can see it's back in behind there too, but the line of it stops like right there. And it looks like, honestly, the catfish might even be trying to clean, or I don't know what that is, but like, watch him. He'll kind of turn sideways and flop on. I don't know what that is, but yeah, there's a little tiny bit of, that's on the front face of the tank. There's a little bit of algae growing on the front, but honestly, algae is just kind of an unpleasing thing. It kind of says there's a little more food in the tank than the fish can eat, but I have the last couple, I've left my house for a couple of days, so I kind of, you can see that catfish right there is like ginormously fat. He's been eating healthy. But yeah, I went to my buddy's house to help him out for a little bit and ended up staying the night with them, so I gave him a little extra food a couple times over the last couple weeks, and it just kind of dingies up the tank a little bit. But I mean, as far as, I guess I'll do the water change on it here after a little while. Wallace is down there, right in there. There's all three of the bullheads. And they're easily a foot long a piece, and but like gill just being absolutely massive makes them look small. This is a 6-foot tank, so, and even then, like, the camera makes him look small. I don't know why cameras do crap like that. They make weird colors, they enhance like greens and yellows, and they kind of make hills and stuff look flatter. It's just weird. But the 3D to like it's just weird. But there's the 125. They're all doing great. Like I said, I'll probably do a water change on it probably sometime in the morning and clean out that pool or that pond filter right there. I think does a really good job, but once it gets clogged up, like, you got to kind of take the filter off or the pump out. And also, I'm not sure if I'm going to use it here. I guess we will find out if I get a pool for Titus and it comes with a pump. But my buddy that I stayed with the other day to help him with some stuff, he had a pool, a little pool, and it got busted. I don't know what happened to it, but it got busted, and it was just sitting out in the yard. And I asked him about the pump, and he said we can have it. So I have the pool pump. It's one of them small ones, like a foot tall, not one of those big taller, like 14 or 16 inch tall ones. It's kind of it's made for like the small, like 6 or 8 foot pools, which that would be plenty to filter this thing out if I want to use it. See, I'll plug it in, see how loud it is. It can't be a whole bunch louder than the bubbler, the air pump for the 75, which whenever Titus outgrows it and moves into the 125, I'm going to put that established sponge filter into the 125 just for some added filtration and kind of beneficial bacteria. Also, one thing that I want to show real quick, let me go ahead and hit the lights for a second, is right here. This is what I plan on putting in the 125 and the 75. Nice kind of it looks like sand mixed with like a rock color. I mean, you see it right there. I gotta cut it. I tried making a break, like a clean shear, and use the hammer, but I can't score it, and I broke one piece trying to see. I've got plenty more for both tanks, but this is going to take 8 for the 75 cut down to fit, and then probably around 12 for the 125 since it's a 6-foot. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be it. Not much to show. That's why I didn't film one last week, or maybe not even the week before that. I can't remember, honestly, but I just filmed these things as cell phone videos. That way they're kind of quick to throw up on the channel. I can just kind of throw them up anytime. I don't edit them really. Pretty much what you will like. I just go real time. But yeah, that's pretty much it. He's getting big. I'll go ahead and, since he's probably not gonna, I dropped the phone. Since he's not gonna come out, I'll go ahead and turn the lights on. And again, this camera makes him look tiny, but that right there, just for reference, is a 6-inch mark. That's a 3 foot, 3.5, and 4, and they go all the way down to the beginning of their 6-inch. But it's every 6 inch there's a mark, and you can see, which right now he's kind of curved on it, but he's 6 inches long. It's just kind of difficult to judge under there because the farther back they go, the kind of smaller they look. With the 30-gallon on, I might be able to turn off both of these and still see him. No. Man, he's coming out. He's right there. There, you might have been able to see that for a second or two. There, you kind of got to move real fast to see it, but he is pretty big. I'm going to turn the blue on. He's not full grown, or like, well, good grief, not by any chance. I honestly don't even know why I said that. He's like way, way, way far away from full. He's got a long ways to go, but he'll probably get there in a short time. Yeah, that's pretty much it. My plans, I'm going to get rid of that, which I think that honestly might be why he doesn't come out with the lights on, is the reflective. I think that's kind of messing with these senses a little bit, because even the blue, he doesn't come out. So I'm thinking once I get the bottom refractive, not reflective, or like, you know what I'm talking about, like so that it reflects or like absorbs the light rather than reflect it and cause this chrome like, then he'll probably come out with the lights on. I think it's just messing with him where he can, I mean, he probably don't like that. It's unnatural. So I'm going to get that rock slate looking tile in there. I got to cut it down. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to find a way to cut it or score it so that I can break it at a clean point. I found this old grinder flap disc cutting wheel, so I'm going to hopefully at least score them and put them back in something so that I can get a nice clean break on them. But that'll be it for this episode of Tank Tuesday. Yeah, he's doing fine. Everybody else is doing fine. But I'm going to go ahead and end off the video here. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Later.